Good morning, grade 3. I hope you guys are doing well and this lecture finds you in the best of your health and spirit. Guys, today we are going to start our new chapter, and the name of your new chapter is Water and Irrigation. This is going to be your first lecture of new lesson, and overall, this is your sixth lecture of social studies. Students, every teacher once was a student, every winner once was a loser, every expert once was a beginner, but all of them have crossed the bridge called learning. So, keeping an eye on, let's talk about moral improvement. Guys, morning time is considered one of the best time for teaching and learning. So keeping an eye on, today we are going to talk about नेकी एक इबादत है.
आज तुम्हें रोजा रखना है ना? जल्दी करो बेटा, सहरी नहीं करोगे तो पूरा दिन रोजा कैसे रख पाओगे? रोजा? अरे शायद तुम्हारी सहरी. मैंने पूछा खुदा से कि तू मुझको मिलेगा कहाँ. मैंने पूछा खुदा से कि तू मुझको मिलेगा कहाँ. खुदा ने कहा मिलूंगा वहाँ है नेकी जहाँ.
जल्दी करें, सहरी का वक्त हो गया है. अगर अभी नहीं करेंगे तो पूरा दिन रोजा कैसे रखेंगे?
औरों का ख्याल इतने की है.
अरे चाचा,
तेरे अच्छे अमाल भी इतने की है.
आप रोते क्यों हैं? पराठे में लाया हूँ.
खुदा ने कहा मिलूंगा वहाँ है नेकी जहाँ. खुद को बुलाकर औरों का ख्याल रखने में अगर दाग लग जाए तो दाग तो अच्छे हैं. सलीम चाचा से कहना.
Well, grade 3, खुदा ने कहा मिलूंगा वहाँ है नेकी जहाँ. Well, after watching that heartwarming clip, my eyes are teary and I really don't know how I will proceed this lecture. Well, I hope so this lecture finds you in a same manner and you guys are going to do such kind of acts which will bring, change in someone's life. You guys are going to do neki right from today. Guys, let me know one thing. Is there any family in your neighborhood that you haven't seen in a while? A student in a strange new city, a new Muslim who is fasting for the first time, or an elderly family who can't get to the mosque. Why not take a few minutes to make a phone call to such people, drop a visit, or invite someone to your iftari? Guys, always remember one thing, even a smallest gesture of kindness can bring, huge change in someone's life. And always remember one thing, you have to reach to those people who are around you. The greatest gift to our community would be when we are, when we contribute to making lives better. At the end of this lecture and this moral session, I just want to say one thing. May Allah guide all of us upon the right path of faith and help us to be filled pity, patience, humanity, and kindness. Thank you. Well, grade 3, after watching an emotional clip, let's talk about our today's project, about today's lesson. In our today's lecture, we guys are going to discuss water and irrigation, and the expected learning outcomes are at the end of this lecture, you guys will be able to tell me about water and its uses, about water resources, about irrigation system in Pakistan, and about what is the meaning of irrigation. We will discuss as well in this lecture such stuff. Guys, today we will only discuss about your book page number 19 and 20. In our first section of the lecture, we guys are going to talk about water and its uses. Well, Pakistan is blessed with many natural resources such as sunlight, forests, trees, fertile land, and minerals and mountains. Guys, all these resources are useful for mankind. Water is one of the most important natural resource for human beings. Guys, it is necessary for human life, and we use water for drinking. We use water for our domestic use. In this slide, you guys can see the different uses of the water, right? In our next slide, you will see that we use water for cooking as well. Guys, we use water for drinking, for domestic purpose, industries, and for growing crops as well. Guys, the ultimate source of the water is ocean, and other sources are rivers, lakes, and streams and ponds. Grade 3, don't you feel that it is safe to say that water is the reason behind Earth being the only planet to support life? It's mean there are many planets in our solar system. Why humans are living on planet Earth? You have to think about it. Humans are living on planet Earth because planet Earth has water. It's mean water is the basic necessity and basic need of our life. Guys, water is one of the rarest and the most precious source in this world. You know what? Life cannot survive without water. It's mean water is one of the most important substances, that are needed for plants and humans. Guys, we cannot lead our daily life without water, because water makes up more than half of our body weight. Without water, all organisms in this world would die. Water is a necessity not only for drinking but also for our day to day life purposes like bathing, for cooking, for growing plants. It's mean water is important for cleaning as well. Guys, we use water for cleaning our dishes, for cleaning up our house, or clothes, everything. It's mean water is very important, and we cannot imagine our life without water. Guys, in this slide, we will talk about some important water resources. And in a while, I'm going to show you a video clip which will tell us more about water resources. Guys, the basic water resources are, rivers, streams, ponds, and lakes. It's mean we get water from our rain as well, and we get water from underground as well. It's mean that underground there is water, and we use that underground water for our drinking purposes, right? So we will discuss about water resources. Let me tell you one thing, that Pakistan is a dry country. It receives much less rain as compared to other countries of the world. But fortunately, Pakistan has some great rivers which flow throughout the country, and these 5 great rivers are called River Indus, Chenab, Satluj, and Beas, and River Jhelum as well. Guys, in our next lecture, we guys will talk about all the rivers of Pakistan in detail. Guys, if you talk about water resources, we have two great water resources. One is called surface water, and the other one is called underground water. And if you talk about surface water, in surface water, your rivers, your ocean, seas and streams comes in the category of surface water. And guys, if you talk about underground water, there is a plenty of underground water, and we get all the underground water through tube well and through many other sources. Grade 3, I'm going to add one small video clip in our lecture. That video clip is going to be very handful for all of us, so it will let you know more about water sources and about uses of water. So let's watch this video clip together and fasten your seatbelts. In this video, you guys will be able to know that from where do we get water and what are our water sources. So here we go.
Where do we get water from? We get water mainly from rain. The rainwater collects in rivers, lakes, streams, and ponds. We make wells to use this water. We take out this water by using a hand pump and tube well. We store water in tanks on the roof in our house. Pipes bring this water to our taps. At home, when we open a tap, the water comes gushing out. Drink clean water. This water is not clean water. So, before we drink this water, we must make sure that it is clean, or else we can get sick. Do not waste water.
Well, grade 3, previously we have discussed about water and its uses and about the water sources. Let's discuss about what is irrigation. Guys, the artificial supply of water to our fields is called irrigation. In other words, you can say that irrigation is a man-made supply of water to grow crops. Because when rain is not enough, and Pakistan is a dry country, it receives much less rain as compared to other countries. So here we have to use, artificial manner and artificial ways to grow all our plants and, our crops. So irrigation means the artificial supply of water to our agricultural fields. Well, grade 3, in this slide, you can see that people are using artificial manner to grow crops, right? They are growing crops and they are providing and supplying water to the crops in an artificial manner. Because Pakistan is an agricultural country and Pakistani, nation depends upon, agriculture. We need water for good agriculture and for growing good crops. So we need water, and the artificial supply of the water is called irrigation. Guys, agriculture is the backbone of our economy, and agriculture in Pakistan greatly depend upon irrigation. In this picture, you can see that we are using different manners to provide water to our crops. Guys, irrigation is a man-made way to supply water. As I told you that Pakistan is a dry country and it receives much less rain as compared to other countries. And we have to use some, artificial manners to supply water to our, crops and fields. Guys, farmers need water for their crops, and water is also needed to run lots of industries to fulfill our daily demands. Guys, in Pakistan, more than 80% of available land is cultivated, and it is also irrigated. This means that many of the people are over there farmer, and the profession mainly is adopted over there, that is farming. Guys, many farmers use water from the wells and canals for their crops. This means that they are not only depending on the rain, because Pakistan receives a very little rain, and to make sure that all the crops get regular supply of the water, farmers have to irrigate the fields, and irrigate the fields mean they have to supply water to their fields in an artificial manner. The natural manner is rain. The natural resource is a rain. When the rain is little and not enough in our country, we have to use some artificial manners. Using artificial manner is called irrigation. Okay, guys, there are different means of irrigation. Some are old and some are new. You can see that in this picture people are using some new as well as some old means of irrigation. It's mean that some old means are over there, like canals, like Persian wheel, tube well. These are the old means of irrigation. Some modern are canals, streams, and providing water in a more modern manner. We are also using hand pumps. Today in Pakistan, we have many tube wells. Water from deep below the surface of the ground is pumped to the surface by diesel, electricity, or other powered motors. In our next video, you guys are going to observe some modern as well as some ancient means of irrigation. So let's watch it together.
Methods of irrigation. In this module, you will learn about different methods of irrigation. Water is essential for the germination and growth of crop plants. Water is supplied to agricultural fields either naturally, through rainfall, or artificially through canals or other systems. The artificial supply of water to agricultural fields is called irrigation. Irrigation can be done using different methods. Before learning about these methods, Let us find out how irrigation is important for crop production. In the absence of rainfall, irrigation maintains the minimum amount of moisture required for crop production. It maintains proper growth of crops and helps to protect them against frost and hot air currents, soil and crop, and also the season in which a crop is sown. Different methods of irrigation have been used since humans took to agriculture. The traditional methods of irrigation are a moat or pulley system, a chain pump system, Grade-3 system, and Rahat system. Of late, these methods of irrigation have been replaced with modern methods like sprinkler system and drip system, then collected manually and poured into the channels. Rahat system of irrigation involves two wheels, one placed vertically over a water source, typically an open well, and the other placed horizontally at a distance. A belt of buckets is fixed to the first wheel and an ox, buffalo or camel is tied to the other wheel. As the animal pulls the wheel around in a circular motion, it sets in motion the first wheel with the buckets, which draw water from the water source, and irrigate the fields.
We are going to learn about some modern means of irrigation.
And irrigate the fields. The traditional methods of irrigation are cost-effective but time-consuming. Thus, these methods have been replaced with drip system and sprinkler system. Let us learn about these two methods in detail. A sprinkler system is used in arid and uneven regions as an alternative method of irrigation. This system employs many perpendicular pipes with rotating nozzles at the top, installed at regular intervals. The pipes are placed on the field and are connected to the main pipelines that emerge from the main water storage tank. Water is conveyed under high pressure through the pipes with the help of a pump. The water comes out from the rotating nozzles in the form of spray, somewhat as rain. Irrigation system. Water is delivered at or near the root zone of crops drop by drop. A drip irrigation system is the most efficient system of irrigation as there is absolutely no wastage of water. This system is mostly used in areas with poor water availability. Both the modern systems of irrigation are costly but require less labor and time. In this module you have learned irrigation is the artificial method of supplying water to crop fields to assist crop production. A motor pulley system, a chain pump system, Grade-3 and Rahat are traditional methods of irrigation. They are cost-effective but time-consuming. A sprinkler system and a drip system are modern methods of irrigation. They are costly but require less labor and time.
Grade-3, at the end of the lecture, I would like to say that मैंने पूछा खुदा से तू मिलेगा कहाँ, खुदा ने कहा मिलूंगा वहाँ है नेकी जहाँ. Take care of yourself and always try to do good deeds. Thank you so much.